comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and all his reindeers pulling on.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Cooking with KayChanel video. How you doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. So today, we are going to be making chocolate chip almond cookies. They are keto friendly for all my keto lovers out there. Or even if you're not on keto, you'll be alright, okay? You can eat these. So, the recipe I'm using is out of the Keto Guido cookbook. You know, Vinny from Jersey Shore, this is his cookbook that he came out with. All the ingredients that we need, I have here and ready to go for us. So what you would need to do first is check your ingredients. First, you would need 1 cup of grass-fed butter. I like to use the Kerrygold butter. It is grass-fed and it does really well. Secondly, you would need 3/4 cups of monk fruit sweetener. Me and my best friend, we did do keto before, so we do have monk fruit sweetener. Honestly, what you need sugar for? You don't even need it. Thirdly, you need 2 eggs. We have our brown cage-free eggs right here. You need 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. I'm honestly going a little dabble between almond and vanilla because I want to try some. I have made these before, so that's an experiment I want to try, but you do not have to. Next, you need your baking soda, about 1 teaspoon. Then you need a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. You also need 3/4 cup of almond flour. This is granulated, finely thin, blanched almond flour, okay? So you need that. And then you need you some sugar-free chocolate chips. So I use the Lily's. Let me tell you, it's made with stevia, so it's not even real sugar. They have 4 grams of fat for keto purposes, 4 grams of fat, and they only have 4 grams of carbs, y'all. Come on. Are you serious? The very first thing you're gonna do is set the oven temperature to 350 degrees. Next, what you're gonna do is mix all of your wet ingredients first. In a large bowl, you're gonna cream the butter and sweetener until the mixture is very fluffy, either by hand or with a hand mixer. Add the eggs and vanilla and beat until everything is very well blended. So, for the butter, the measurements is 1 cup. I have a cup right here, so we're just gonna get my nice softened butter into this cup. This looks about a cup to me, even though of course, you know, there's spaces and stuff. It looks about a cup to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my bowl. So for your sweetener, you're using 3/4 of a cup of monk fruit sweetener. And make sure it's all, you know, blended down, like how brown sugar and stuff can get really hard. Honestly, this sweetener stays really nice. You need maybe like a little more. There you go. Alright, 3/4 of a cup of the sweetener. And you can take, you know, a electric blender or a spatula or your hand, he says in the book, evenly. I'm gonna just use this whisk and try and just, you know, mix it in. I don't want to use my hand, but if I have to, I will.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
So I have all the butter and sugar mixed up. It's like very soft, like very. Okay, so next for the wet ingredients, you're gonna use, what is it? For the mixer, add the eggs and vanilla and beat until everything's well blended. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna beat my eggs and vanilla in this bowl and then add it to the mixture.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
So the measurement for the vanilla extract is 1 tablespoon. So what I'm gonna do is take a 1/2 tablespoon And I'm gonna do 1 almond and 1 vanilla.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your
And then we're gonna pour it into the bowl with the butter and the sugar. And then we're gonna mix all that together. You should be able to whisk it with a whisk by now. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, you guys, so now you're gonna wanna mix your dry ingredients. So for the dry ingredients, you're gonna stir together the almond flour and the baking soda. So for the almond flour, you're gonna take 3½ cups. That's a lot. That's a lot.
chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So offering the simple phrase.
Ooh, that's a lot of almond flour. So this is all the almond flour you really need, guys, to fill this bowl. Can you believe it? I actually need a bigger bowl now than what I was anticipating. All right, got me another bowl. Gonna put the almond flour in it. So the other dry ingredient you need to mix is the baking soda. For the baking soda, it's just 1 teaspoon.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
So now you're gonna stir the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So you might want to do it in slow batches. It'll be easier that way. Because you gotta remember you're making like a dough. So I'm doing it like half a bowl at a time, basically.
Chestnut roasting, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. So offering.
Alright guys, so last but not least is the chocolate chips. So for the measurement, you're gonna do 1 to 1½ cups. Now, honestly, I might only have a cup, but I do have some other chocolate chips I can use. They're not keto friendly though. So I'm putting this in the ½ cup measurement. Just to see if we can get a ½ cup first. So I got a ½ cup. I'm just throw those in there. Let's see, I bet I was correct with saying I only had a cup. 2 halves make 1, so you guys, I only had really a little less than a cup. You guys, I only had really a little less than a cup of my Lily's chocolate chips. So we're just gonna go ahead and bust out the Nestle's. You know, it's not gonna hurt you that much, honestly. And we're gonna let the Nestle's finish everything off. So that's 1 cup right there. Now we're gonna do the half. And the serving size for these cookies, I think, are about, if I have to read correctly, let's see. So it's 92 grams of fat, 6% of protein is in this, and 2% of carbs. So it's 2% per cookie, I believe. So I don't know how that would sit well with everyone. This look a mess, but hey, that's how it works. Okay, so you want to, you know, mix in your chocolate chips. Get it all throughout the dough.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
So I have all the dough mixed up. Make sure, you know, of course, every piece that you make as a cookie has some form of chocolate chip in it. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna go ahead and get the baking sheet and get all this put up and put the cookies on the sheet. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get the cookie dough rolled and on the sheet. Now what can be really cool, what you can also do, is actually flatten this out and make a big cookie cake and then cut them into squares too. And I think that's what I'm gonna try and do, because the first time I made them as little cookies, and why not cut them into squares? So what you're gonna need is a non-stick spray or a non-stick pan. This is a non-stick pan, but I take no chances. So I'm gonna spray it. This is olive oil. I'm not spraying a whole lot. I'd rather use Crisco. I'm just that person. So take my dough and I'm gonna put it on the pan and really flatten it out as much as I can. So I'm gonna try and spread it out however much I can. It makes 20 cookies, so I figure if I just flatten it and cut 20 squares, what's the difference, right? So I'm just really flattening it out, and I'm making sure that it's staying nice and squared. Even if you have to, you know, not use the entire pan, that's okay. Nothing's wrong with that. You gotta make use of what you have. Don't go buy nothing unless you need to buy the ingredients for this. All right, I do have it all nice and flat. So we're basically making a big old keto cookie cake. Look at that. So then, my hands are really messy. So then you will put this in the oven on 350. And you're gonna do it up until, they say 10 minutes. Bake the cookies for 10 minutes until golden brown. Repeat with any remaining dough. So we're just gonna cook this 10 minutes. See if it's nice and golden brown. I'll let it sit a little longer. You know, it is your preference. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. All right, you guys, so we all know when you take cookies out of the oven, you let them stay a little, they'll be a little soft until you let them harden up a little bit, because you don't want it to be like hard, because then most likely the bottom is burnt. So now I am ready to cut my little squares. I have a little pizza cutter here. I have a little pizza cutter here, so I'm gonna just take it and make little rolls. Because like we said, it's 2 grams of carbs per cookie. And normally to make the little round cookies, you would do like 2 tablespoons per cookie. So I think this is gonna work out good. It's fine. It's basically cut like a brownie. Now after I cut this, I'm gonna let it sit here and harden up a little bit, and then I'll just come back and show you guys the presentation of how they look. Okay? Alright you guys, so this is the finished product of my keto bites. Thank you so much for watching these videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notification, because I'm going to keep them coming all December long for Vlogmas. Thank you so much. Have a good day, y'all.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
That's what Christmas is all about.